Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Circular Art. This is part 2 of the flower. This one's a little complicated, okay? So it might take a few minutes. Could take 10 minutes. I'm not sure. But we're going to dive right into it, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a flower that has 12 separate petals on it. Okay, you should have seen this on the wall if you picked it. So I'm going to start by creating the inside of the flower. I don't even know what that's called right now. Maybe you can look it up and tell me, but I'm going to do an inch radius. That's the one that you're going to see on the wall. It's going to have an inch radius, 1 inch radius. And so you can make yours larger or smaller. If you want larger, that's fine. Smaller is fine. Okay, I have a 1 inch radius. Now, to get my petals, I'm going to also, from the center, I'm going to go to a 3 inch radius. So hopefully you can see that pretty clearly. I'm on 3 inch radius and I'm coming back to that dot that's right to the left of it, right to the inside of it. Okay, and I'm going to mark this real light because all I really care about is the points that intersect my lines. Okay, so I can come all the way around, but what I really care about most is the points that intersect my lines there. Okay, now it's really lightly shaded. That might be a problem. We'll see how this goes. Okay, now what I'm looking for is I'm trying to create 12 petals like this, but what I need them to be is I need these circles or these half circles to be in the center of my splits already. So if you remember with this 12-sided spinner, we're at 30 degrees. So 0, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees. I want to split these right in the middle. So I am going to split 30 in half, and half of 30 would be 15. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count up here and I'm going to put a little mark at 15 degrees. And then hopefully you can see halfway between would be right here. It's at 45 degrees. Okay, between 30 and 60 is 45 degrees. Halfway between here, you can see I'm counting 15 degrees from one side or 15 degrees from the other, wherever I am at. So you're going to need to do that 12 times all the way around the circle. Take your time. If you need some help, you'll have people around. Okay, I'm flipping it over. I'm going to continue on the same side. Once again, there's 5 degrees, 10 degrees, 15 degrees. I come off this side. I'm at 30 degrees, 35, 40, 45. And I'm going to do the same thing around the whole circle. Okay, now what I have is I've got marks that I'm just going to extend this mark. What I'm going to be doing is create half circles off of these points right here. This one's invisible, but I know where it's at. Yeah, I made a little bit of a mistake there. Okay, but I'm just creating these center points all the way around my circle. I'm going to do, hopefully you can see your circle better than mine, but I am finding those points I want to go with here. Okay, I'm pretty good all the way around. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the hole that's furthest out on the white here. So before we use this one, or no, I think on the clock we use this one. So if you haven't done the clock, we use this one. On the flower, we're going to use this guy all the way out, but I'm going to go make this the center point of my circle. So I'm pushing down real hard there. And all I'm going to do is make a half circle. I don't need the whole thing. I'm going to do a half circle. And watch what happens here. Just about a half circle. That creates my petal to a flower there. Okay, so I'm going to do this. And I need to get this sort of lined up and ready. The furthest circle the furthest hole in the white part of this compass is what I'm going with here. Now you can do overlapping circles, you can change directions right now if you want, but to get the flower that I made, this is what you would need to do. Okay, so if you're getting frustrated, take a breath, man, take a breath. Okay, and make a mistake, that's why we use pencil, go back and erase it. I told you this one's going to take a minute, so it takes me a minute and I've done it 4 or 5 times, so it's going to take you a little while. Be patient, take your time with it. I know you guys can do this. Don't tell yourself you can't, you can. You can do this. This is about the 10th video I've made today, so if you're tired, just know I've been pushing on for about 5 hours doing this today, so you can do it as well. Okay, we're almost there, and really the key here is a lot more erasing. I want to erase any evidence I have, so someone who was looking at this would not be able to figure out how I did what I did. Now I want you guys to be able to figure out how I did what I did. That's why I got all those pictures up on the wall. Show every step, but okay, we're almost there. What it looks like, this could be like a chandelier if you were looking up at the sky, okay, in a nice building. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start erasing all the extra lines. So to start with, this guy is all extra. Everything in here is extra, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to leave these petals, okay, but then I'm going to come and I'm going to erase the middle of each one. Each one is getting erased, and then it's up to you. Now I would definitely erase these. I'd erase this part, okay? But you can keep the large circle or you can erase it, so you just have the outside of the flower. Okay, but the whole idea of what you're going for is something like this, okay? You've seen the one that's decorated on the wall, but this is the finished product besides doing any coloring to it. I left the outside circle. You can get rid of the outside circle. Your inside circle you can do larger, you could do smaller if you wanted to. You can create more petals too. You just have to figure out the proportions, so how many degrees each one would need to be. Hope you've enjoyed this and that we're getting somewhere with this, so good luck.